Hello everyone, welcome to today's Bible study. We have Jason and Matthews and me, Jacky, in this Bible study today. Want to say hi to everyone, Jay?
Hi guys, thank you for you to be here, listen to our podcast and subscribe our channel and also click on that bell for you receive all the new notifications of the new podcasts when they come through.
Matthews?
Hi guys, it's a pleasure to be here again.
Awesome. Today we are studying Proverbs chapter 2. We are on NLT version, New Living Translation version, making sure you are on the same version with us. We are following the new format for the Proverbs study. Now we have share, read, learn, and do. So let's start with the share. So in share, we're going to talk about what we said we're going to do last week, and have we done it or have we not do it? How's that going? So I'll start with me, and then Jason, and then Matthews. So last week said I would study the fixed interest investment, and I was reading a book on this subject. It's more for borrowing, but in the book they also talk about what you need to do when you're borrowing money from bank, and also what the bank thinks when you are approaching them asking for money. The book is called Bank, Banker, and Bankruptcy. Interesting book. And the last Bible study with Jason and Victor, we talk about the golden rules, 11 golden rules. And now I nearly finished this book. Recently I learned if you are in a financial difficulty and you can't meet your payment, the best thing you need to do is seek for professional advice, having an advisor with you, and therefore you can approach the bank together, and the bank manager will feel different. They will feel less confident when you have an advisor along with you. It doesn't have to be a famous company or big company. It just has to be an advisor. Give you a little bit stronger power when you sit down and talk to your situation with the banker. And the banker doesn't like negative news. If you ever say something like, "Oh, I can't pay the loan, can't pay the money," the bank will get very nervous. And when they get nervous, and they will start to do everything they can to cover their loan, which including selling your family home, selling your car, whatever. And I'm nearly gonna finish this book soon. So that's very exciting. And what about you, Jay? How's your week been?
Well, that was good. I said that I was going to do two things, but I did only one. I said that I was gonna read the book Think and Grow Rich in English, but I didn't. This week I didn't. And the second thing I said it was about the business. My business. I was promoting my business on internet. I was going to use professional of marketing to doing some professional videos to post on my social media like Facebook, Instagram, and I did that, and I'm really happy with the results so far because I noticed that we need the internet if you want to grow. For example, now we are doing this podcast. You are in New Zealand, I'm in Brazil, Matthew in Brazil as well, but we are in different parts of Brazil. Without the internet, we couldn't do this. We couldn't do this. So that's why I'm investing in the internet, my image. How I My question was, how can I reach different people? And the answer is using the internet. So I'm doing that, and I'm really happy. I'm really happy. That's me.
Awesome. Would you like to share anything, Matthews, or we can move on to the next section? Up to you.
Okay, about me, I I studied many things about uh, analog transmission and digital, and I read the main chapters of the Bible, and I need continue reading. It's about me.
Awesome. So now we'll move on to the section 2. Read the script. Like we said in the beginning, the script for today is Proverbs chapter 2, and we are on New Living Translation edition. We'll put down the Bible, online Bible link down in the description so you can look it up. And now we'll get our Bible ready. I'll post a link to the Bible study group. So I will read the first, Jason will read the second, and Matthew will read the third, and then I'll read the fourth. Then we'll repeat until the end of this chapter. Guys, are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Here we go. My child listened to what I said and treasure my commands.
Tune your ears to wisdom and concentrate on understanding.
Cry out for insight and ask for understanding.
Search for them as you would for silver. Seek them like hidden treasures.
Then you will understand what it means to fear the Lord, and you will gain knowledge of God.
For the Lord grants wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding.
He grants a treasure of common sense to the honest. He is a shield to those who walk with integrity.
He guards the paths of the just and protects those who are faithful to him.
Then you will understand what is right, just, and fair, and you will find the right way to go.
For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will fill you with joy.
Wise choices will watch over you. Understanding will keep you safe.
Wisdom will save you from evil people, from those whose words are twisted.
These men turn from the right way to walk down dark paths.
They take pleasure in doing wrong, and they enjoy the twisted ways of evil.
Their actions are crooked, and their ways are wrong.
Wisdom will save you from the immoral woman, from the seductive words of the conscious woman.
She has abandoned her husband and ignores the covenant she made before God.
Entering her house leads to death. It is the road to the grave.
The man who visits her is doomed. He will never reach the path of life.
So follow the steps of the good and stay on the paths of the righteous.
For only the godly will live in the land, and those with integrity will remain in it.
But the wicked will be removed from the land, and the treacherous will be uprooted. Great, we just finished this chapter 2 of Proverb. Feel free to pause the video and read this script yourself to understand better. So now we're gonna move on to section 3 of this Bible study. Learn what we learned from the script today. We go by the same sequence. So I'll go first, Jason goes second, and Matthew goes third. So to me, I will pick the verse 12. Wisdom will save you from evil people, from those whose words are twisted. Very true. It's very true. Nowadays, not many people have or are willing to put time to read, to gain knowledge, and very easily nowadays people get flooded with information, whether it's on the news or it's on social media. And the true knowledge, in my opinion, you can gain. I'm not saying you can't gain knowledge from news and stuff, but you can gain a lot more knowledge just by reading books, and I have experience on that. My wife and I have spoke to someone who worked in the bank for years, for 10 years, and then when we ask something like reserve cash rate and those kind of things, we didn't learn that from school. We just learned it from the book we read, and this guy doesn't seem to know much about it. So, and the dangerous thing is these people are working in the advisory industry. They are accountants, they are lawyers, and some of them are so-called investment advisors. So if you don't know anything by yourself before approaching them, potentially you will get misleading advice, and whose money is gonna be losing? Your money. It's not their money. They're still gonna charge you a fee, and that will never change. That if the advice didn't work out, you lose money, it's on you. And that's what exactly this verse is saying. Wisdom will save you from evil people, from those whose words are twisted.
Yeah, very true.
Yep.
Very true, man.
Yeah, on the book I read, Banker Bankruptcy, it shares one very interesting story. So this 70-year-old man, he had a business, but this business didn't go well. And before he started this business, he borrowed a lot of money from his friend, from a lot of creditors. But he can't make the payment back. So he went to the author of this book and asked him for advice. This author is more of a street smart. So he has been through tough times himself and he knows how to deal with it. Unlike those people from school, the school only teach people what is right. So you have to do the right thing. The right thing doesn't mean the best things. So anyway, the author gave him a solution, which is like you have to pay the bank and ignore the creditors. But you have to make sure you pay the bank. The 70-year-old man didn't take the advice, but he turned into a director of the company, which is about to close, which is his own company. And the director say, oh, I know the right thing to do. What you have to do is you have to pay all your creditors and you pay half to your bank. So the 70-year-old man listened to their advice. But what happened is the bank didn't get the full payment. So very soon the bank sued this man to force him to sell his house, sell his car, and everything. So this 70-year-old man's life is destroyed. His family home is gone. The wealth he has been building throughout his life is gone. And the bank charged him a lot of interest. Very soon he died. He passed away. 200 people turns up in his funeral, including the creditors, the people who lent him money to help him with the business, right? But the banker and the director who gave him the advice didn't turn up. How ironic it is.
Yeah.
Very ironic. So yeah, you just have to be careful who you listen to. That means, to me, that means you need to have wisdom beforehand. You need to have knowledge beforehand. Don't just blindly listen to people who claim them they are professional. Yeah, that's what I learned. How about you, Jay? What have you learned today?
Well, for me, to start, I'll use verses 3 and 4, which says, "Cry out for insight and ask for understanding. Search for them as you would for silver. Seek them like hidden treasures." It says about wisdom, it says about what God is telling us, what God is teaching us. So this book was written more than 2,000 years ago, and so the words and also the teaching is pretty new, and the whole chapter teaches me that we need to be very, very careful with who we are talking, exactly what you just said, who we are telling what we are saying, or actually be careful what we are saying, to who we are saying things. There was another thing that came in my mind, that in terms of business or starting business, we made and we make partnerships, and if we don't really know the integrity of the other person, of the person that you would like to have with you in your business, it's not a good idea to offer partnerships in your business, because here show us that especially on verses 16, it's compare with a woman. Wisdom will save you from the immoral woman. But if we use it as a partnership, if you have wisdom, you have the ability, you have the sense which person you can choose to be your partner, or you can find to work with you on your business, just because of the wisdom, because we are constantly searching for new learnings. Did it make sense for you guys?
Yes, totally.
Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Matthews.
Okay. The main thing that I saw in this chapter is about wisdom. uh, Proverbs is a book of wisdom. And this book shows that there is a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Um, Knowledge is about uh, ability of recognizing a concept or theme or other things. But wisdom is is more about actions. Um, when I need to do anything, I need wisdom for execute this thing. Um, for example, there is an option for you. You need wisdom for choose the right thing. And God is our provider. God gives us wisdom. In James, I don't remember what chapter, James said about wisdom. Um, who don't have wisdom um, ask for God, and God will give you wisdom. Um, it's very precious for us because in many cases I don't have wisdom, but God has wisdom, and God can give wisdom. That's it.
Very good. Right now, we will move on to the next section, the last section of this Bible study. What we're gonna do, set ourselves a little goal for the following week. Again, I'll go first, Jason go second, and Matthew goes the third. To me, what I want to do, or what I'm going to do next week, is I'm going to meet up with the body trainer, and they will give me a workout plan that I can follow, because I want to have a healthy body in the long run. And I would practice the management skill I have learned in the past few days. Right now, I'm managing my time in Windows, so that works out pretty well for me. That means when I say Windows, I mean I found out myself, if I were to focusing on one task, including the procrastination time, it takes me about 2 hours. So after 2 hours, if I keep doing the same thing, I will get really bored. So every day, I would split the day with 2 hours. So that gives me 2 hours, and four of them I use for sleeping, and that gives me 8. But then I have to count the time I spend for cooking and stuff, so another 2 is gone. So that means I have 6. Every day I can do 6 main tasks for myself. So I'll keep practicing that and see how that goes. How about you, Jay? What are you gonna do?
Well, this week I'll do what I said that I was going to do last week, and I didn't. So every single time that I do that something and I didn't do, I'll keep pushing to do it on the next week. So I'm gonna read the book Think and Grow Rich in English. And another thing is I'll work on my health. Like I'm trying to cut down some things in my diet, like on my meals. And I'll do that, especially sugar, because I'm sweet tooth, sweet tooth person, and I'm cut down sugar on my diet, and I'm starting to work out, like doing small exercises during the day, especially in the morning. So it's something that I really want to have as a habit in my life, to exercise my body. So I would list three things to do this during this week: read the book, thinking we'll read, cut down sugar on my diet, and also do exercises, like work out my body.
That's really awesome. Matthews.
Okay. About me, I need read more the Bible and keep going. Do my tasks. Uh, I'm working so hard. Uh, it is mean that I am studying so much. Uh, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night, I am studying, and um, whatever I pray, I I ask for God. God, give me strength, give me health, because my mental health is uh, how can I say, Jay? the degree degree
Decreasing.
decreasing. My mental health is decreasing. Um, I I feel anxiety and stress, and sometimes a little depression. But God ever give me happy. Uh, and I I open my window and I look for I look at heaven, and I call for me, for myself. God exists, and God will give me help, and that's it. That's it.
Very good, man. Very good.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's the end of our Nation Bible study. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for taking your time, spending your time with us, listening to our Bible study. Any last word, Jay?
I would say you guys to listen again to this podcast and also read the scripture for you understand better Invite some friend also to listen to this podcast with you. Then you can do the same as we are doing here. You can change your opinions with your friends. That will be very good for you because you can grow and you can learn much more. And also subscribe to this channel, share with your friends, family, and also like this podcast. That will be helping us to reach more people. Thank you for everything.
Awesome. Thank you all. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.